Hello everyone. Today's video is another Solve With Me episode. This one is a hard level puzzle from the New York Times. Here you can see the puzzle. I entered it into an app that lets me use both corner notation and center notation, as well as highlighting cells if I want to. You can find this at www.f-puzzles.com if you want to try it out as well. Okay, here is the puzzle, and whether it's rated easy or hard, I usually start the same way, which is going through the numbers 1 through 9, scanning to see if I can place any, or if I can pencil mark any candidates along the way using Snyder notation. So starting with the number 1, we have a 1 here, here, and here. So that means one of these two cells is a 1, and that conforms to Snyder notation. So I'm going to pencil that in using corner notation here and here. Okay, remember Snyder notation is when a candidate can only be placed into two cells in a 3x3 block. And so it can't go anywhere else in the block, only in those two cells, and that is called Snyder notation. So here the 1 can go into these two cells in block 1 and nowhere else. At the beginning of solving a puzzle, I use Snyder notation to mark in the candidates, and this way it's easier and less time consuming than marking in every single candidate in a cell, and it makes it easier to see matching pairs or pointing pairs or X-wings or any other patterns. Okay, there's a 1 here and a 1 here, so that means any of these three cells can be a 1, so I'll leave that alone for now. Okay, I don't see anywhere else I can place a 1, so let's move on to the number 2. There's a 2 here and a 2 here, so there has to be a 2 in the top row, and then because of this 2 and this 2, I can place a 2 here. Now, looking at block 5, we have 2's that intersect into that block, so I can pencil in 2's here and here. And now these 2's are locked into column 5, so in block 8, the 2 has to be in column 4, right? And it can't be in column 6 because of this 2. And these 2's are called a pointing pair or locked candidates. Either way, that means there can't be another 2 in that column, column 5. So the 2 has to be in column 4 here in block 8. And because of this 2 here in block 9, I can pencil in 2's here and here. Okay, can I do anything else in block 4? No. So what about here in block 7? Yes, because of this 2 in column 1 and because of this 2 down here, the only place a 2 can go in block 7 is here and here. Now let's move on to the number 3. There's a 3 here and a 3 here. So in block 4, I can pencil in 3's here and here. And we have a 3 here and a 3 here. That doesn't help me if I'm just looking to place numbers into only 2 cells in a block. That would give me 3 possible cells. All right, let's look up here. No. Looking around, I don't see anything else I can do with the number 3, so let's move on to the number 4. There are 2 4's down here, so in block 8 there has to be a 4 in one of these 2 cells. So I can pencil that in here and here. Let's see, anything else? Okay, because of this 4 in block 7, there can only be 4's here and here. And let's see. All right, nothing else, so let's move on to the number 5. Let's see. We have a 5 here in column 4 and 5. So that means I can pencil in 5's down here in block 8, here, and here. Okay, let's move on to the number 6. There's a 6 here and a 6 here, and they intersect into block 7. So I can pencil in 6's here and here. And look at that, we have a 2-6 matching pair here in block 7, and that can be very helpful since that means the remaining cells in the block are not 2 or 6. Okay, looking up from this 6, it intersects into block 5, and this 6 also intersects into block 5, so I can pencil in 6s here and here, and now I have another 2-6 matching pair. For now, I can't do anything with it, but it may prove useful later on. So let's move on to the number 7. Let's see, there's a 7 here and a 7 here, and they intersect into block 2. So that means I can place a number 7 here. Does that help me here in block 1? No, any of these cells can be a 7, so I'll leave that alone for now. And let's see what else I can do. These two 7s mean that here in block 8, I can pencil in 7s here and here. And let's see. Okay, because of these two 7s intersecting into block 6, I can pencil in 7s here and here. Moving on to the number 8, we have an 8 here and an 8 here intersecting into block 7, but that doesn't help us. Okay, here, these two 8s also intersect into block 5, so I can place an 8 here and here. And so that now means that in block 2, there can't be an 8 here in column 6, and there can't be an 8 in column 5 because of this 8. So one of these 3 cells will have to be an 8. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for now because it's 3 cells. So is there anything else I can do with an 8? No, so let's move on to the number 9. And I have a 9 here and a 9 here, so that means, no, that's it. There are only 2 9s, right? Okay, they intersect into block 4, so I can pencil in 9s here, and, excuse me, and here. And so now that means that one of these 3 cells in block 1 will be a 9. I don't know which one, but one of those 3 cells. Okay, let's leave that alone. And now this 9 here in block 5 means that these 3 cells can't be 9s, so I can pencil in a 9 here and a 9 here. And now these 9s that I just placed in block 2 are called locked candidates, right? They're locked into this row. So that means in block 1, these cells can't be 9s. And because of this 9, there can't be a 9 here. And because of this pair of 9s in block 4, they're also locked candidates. There can't be 9s in these cells. So the only place a 9 can go in block 1 is here or here. Okay, so now I'm finished scanning the numbers 1 through 9, and now looking back at the number 1, because of these two 1s, I can now pencil in 1s in block 5 here and here. Okay, let's take a look at column 5. We have a 2-6 matching pair in the column. So there are only 3 cells left in the column that are not spoken for yet. And let's see what numbers are still missing. We have a 1. We're missing a 2, but that can go either here or here. We have a 3, 4. We're missing the 4. So where can the 4 go in this column? The 4 can go here. And the 4 can't go here or here. So actually the only place a 4 can go in this column is here. Which means then this has to be the 9. What else are we missing in this column? 6, 7, 8, the 9. We need a 9 in this column. So I can pencil that in here and here. And now I have a 7-9 matching pair here in block 8. All right, now that I've just placed the 4 here in block 2, that means that none of these 3 cells can be a 4, and column 4 needs a 4, so where can it go? Well, it can't go here because of this 4, and it can't go here because of this 4, so the only place a 4 can go in column 4 is here. And let's see, what does that do to this cell? I think now that this cell can only be a 5. Let's see. It can't be a 1 because of these 1s in column 6. They're locked candidates. Some people call it a pointing pair. Either way, it means that this cell can't be a 1. And it can't be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So the only number this cell can be is a 5. Okay, so now that means this is not a 5, so let's get rid of that. And let's have a closer look at block 5. There's a 2, 6 matching pair here, remember that? So there are really just 3 cells left that need to be filled in. And which 3 numbers are missing besides the 2 and the 6? Well, we know we're missing the 1 and the 8. What else is missing? The 4. So let's see, the 4 can go into any of these cells. So let's pencil that into the center, since that's cell notation. And so now we have this 1, 4, 8 triplet, which means this cell down here in the same column, it can't be a 1, 4, or an 8. And all the other cells are filled in already. So what's missing? Let's see. The 3. The 3 is missing. So this has to be a 3. And now because of these 2 3s, I can place a 3 here in block 9. Let's go back to block 8. Now there are only 2 cells missing numbers since these 2 cells are either a 7 or a 9. So what else is missing? Well, we're missing a 1. So this can be a 1. And this can be a 1. And we're missing a 2, but this can't be a 2 because of this 2. So this has to be the 1. And then this is the 2. Okay, so now that solves the 2, 6 matching pair in block 7. This has to be the 6. And then this is the 2. Okay, so now I'm looking around the grid to see if there are any rows, columns, or blocks with only 3 cells left. And here in block 2, there are just 3 cells left. And they're also all in column 4. So let's see what's missing. The 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. We're missing a 6 in this column. And what else? The 8. Here in this row, we're missing numbers in 3 cells. Let's see what's missing. We're missing a 1, so that can go here or here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing the 6. And we're missing a 7, so that can go here or here. So we have a 1, 6, 7 triplet here, and that means these 3 cells can't be a 1, a 6, or a 7. And we already have a 2, 3, and a 4, so what's missing? Oh, wait a second. None of these cells can be a 1, right? And this last row needs a 1, so the only place a 1 can go is here in block 7. And once I place that 1, that means this pair of 1s is resolved. This can't be the 1, so this has to be the 1. And I can get rid of this 1. Okay, let's go back to block 9 and fill in the remaining 3 cells. What are we still missing? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a 5. What else is missing? Remember, we have this 1, 6, 7 triplet here. And we already have a 2, 3, and 4 placed. So the remaining 3 numbers are 5. Let's place that here and here. And then we have a 6, 7 in this triplet. So wait a minute, this last row needs a 7, but it can't be in these 3 cells because we already have the 7 in this triplet, right? So the 7 in the last row has to be here, and that resolves this 7-9 matching pair. This has to be the 7, and then this is the 9. Okay, back to block 9. What else is missing? We're missing an 8. So I can pencil in an 8 here, and here, and here. And what else are we missing? We're missing a 9. Okay, so now I have 3 cells remaining in this row and also in block 7. What's missing? Let's see, we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. The 5 can go here or here. 6, 7, we're missing the 7. The 7 can go here, here, or here. And 8, we're missing the 8, so that can go either here or here. Okay, let's look at row 2, since I have 3 empty cells in row 2. So what's missing here? The row is missing a 3, right? So the 3 can go in this cell. What else is missing in this row? We have a 4, 5. Okay, let's see a 5. A 5 can go here, here, not here, and here. And the row is also missing a 6. The 6 can go here. I penciled it in here already, and it can go here. 7, 8. The row is missing an 8, so the 8 can't go here because of this 8. It can go here. I already penciled it in here, and it can go here. So this row is missing a 3, 5, 6, and 8. And this is interesting. This cell can only be a 5. This is called a naked single. This cell can't be a 3, 6, or 8, so it can only be a 5. And so that resolves this 5, 7 in block 7. This now has to be a 7. And that makes this an 8. And then this is the 5. And I can get rid of these 5s here in row 2. Okay, taking a look at column 1, we have 3 cells remaining. So what's missing? We're missing a 1, 2, and 3. We're missing a 3. The 3 can go here or here. 4. The 4 can be in any of these cells. And I'll put a 3, 4 here as well. Oh, let's look at column 2. What's missing? We have the 1, the 2, and the 2 can't go into these cells because there's already a 2 in block 1. So the only place a 2 can go in column 2 is here. And so that resolves this 2, 6 matching pair. This has to be the 6. And then this is the 2. Okay, what else are we missing in this block? 1, 2, 3. The 3 is either here or here, okay? The 4. So the 4 can't go here in column 3 because of this 4. So this cell has to be a 4. Which means, oh, I forgot to finish up this column. What are we still missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing the 7. So this has to be the 7. And then this is the 3. And I can get rid of this 3. And because I just placed this 4 here, that means this cell can't be a 4. So it has to be the 8. And now I can get rid of this 8. And we have a 1, 4 matching pair here. Now let's see what's missing in block 4. We have 1, 2, 3. This cell has to be the 3 because of these 2 3s. And what else is missing? 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing the 7. This can be a 7 or this can be a 7. So we're missing a 7 or a 9, but this can't be the 9, so this has to be the 7, and then this is the 9. And if that's the 7, that resolves the 7 pair in block 6. This has to be the 7, and I can get rid of this 7. And so now that means this is a 6, which makes this a 1. And if that's a 1, then this is the 7. And now column 7, what are we still missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're missing an 8. And we're missing a 9. And then in this row, we're just missing one cell. This cell is either a 1 or a 4. And this cell is either a 1 or a 4. But it can't be a 1 because of this one. So this has to be the 1. And then this is the 4. And this is also a 4. Okay, and you can see that the whole puzzle is unraveling really nicely at this point. Okay, what else are we missing here in this row? There are just 2 cells left, and we're missing the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing the 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing a 9. Okay, so these 2 cells are either a 6 or a 9. And what are we missing here? We're missing a 1. Well, a 1 can't go here, so this must be the 1. And then what else are we missing? The 8, so this has to be the 8, which means this cannot be an 8. What are we still missing here in column 3? This cell can't be a 3 anymore because of these 2 3s we placed. So let's get rid of that 3. So where in this row can a 3 go? Well, it can't go here or here, so this cell has to be the 3. And now this cell is either a 6 or an 8. So if these 2 cells are a 6 or an 8, then what's still missing in the block? 1, 2, 3, 4. We are missing a 4, so this cell can be 4, and this can be a 4. And so now we have a 4, 9 matching pair and a 6, 8 matching pair. I might as well finish filling in the remaining cells in the top row. Let's see what's missing. The 4 can go here. 5, 6, 6. This row is missing a 6. It can go here or here. And the row is also missing an 8. So let's pencil that in here. And the row is missing a 9. And looking at column 9, this cell is either a 6 or a 9. And this cell is either a 6 or a 9. So that means this cell can't be a 9, so it has to be the 5. And if that's a 5, let's get rid of this 5. Now there are 2 cells that I haven't looked at yet, and what can this be? It can be a 4, it can be a 4, and it can be a 5. Let's see what this cell can be. It can be a 3, 4, 5, 6. Can it be a 6? 7, 8, 9. So we have 3, 6, 9. And now looking at block 3, we have what is called a hidden single, the 5. This is the only cell that can be a 5. So let's put the 5 here. And the 4 is also a hidden single, right? It can't go anywhere else but here. So I'm going to put it here. And also the 3. The 3 can only go here. So this is the 3. Wow, lots of hidden singles in this block. And so now I can get rid of this 3. And now because of this 4 I just placed, this has to be the 9. and then this is the 4. And if this is the 9, then this is going to be the 6. So then this is the 8, and this is the 6, which makes this a 9. And then this is an 8, and this is a 9. And then because of this 8, this is now a 6, which makes this an 8, and then this is a 6, and we're almost done. And now this has to be a 6, and then because of this 8, this has to be a 9, and this is the 8, and the puzzle is done. That wasn't too bad, right? Well, I hope you followed along. I'm going to do a couple more of these from the New York Times hard level and then move on to some different sources. If you have any suggestions for other sources or other puzzles, I would appreciate you sending it to me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you learned something.